Now, I've heard some educational scholars talk about how this focus on standards and focus on teachers teaching the exact same thing in the exact same way is a form of deprofessionalization. But if we go deeper into that kind of thinking, one of the things that is talked about is how this can lead to a removal of qualified educational professionals in the field. And I've seen this in some districts. Well, instead of having a certified educator teach computer science, let's just have a paraprofessional do it. They're much cheaper, and we can just have the curriculum teach it for us. You don't really need to have an understanding of the content knowledge and pedagogical knowledge, etc. All we need is somebody in the classroom to make sure that students are engaged in the platform that we have paid for. Now, maybe a few years ago, I would have been like, I don't know about that. That's not necessarily deprofessionalization. But again, I've seen districts do this. I've also lived in a state where a principal determines whether or not you are considered highly qualified. You no longer need a degree to be able to teach in Arizona. That's also the case in other states. Like I believe it's Florida, where you just need to be a veteran and then you can start teaching. There are other programs that claim to be able to teach you in a couple of weeks or a couple of months to be able to teach. These programs are trying to address the teacher shortages that are going on, but to claim that in a couple of weeks or a couple of months that somebody is going to have the same understanding as somebody who has earned a 4-year degree in the subject area or has multiple years of experience, it just doesn't cut it. We have to acknowledge that these are all band-aids to a systemic problem. It's well known that teachers are overworked and underpaid and undervalued in society, but rather than try and alleviate that or remedy that, we are instead finding individuals with less experience, less understanding, who are willing to take a smaller paycheck, fill those open positions. And unfortunately, it's not up to people within the field to be able to fix that. It's up to politicians to do that. So the power is out of our hands, except in the power to vote and to make our voices be heard. So if you have teacher organizations or rallies or things that are trying to advocate for the field, find ways to support. Because we are headed in a direction that is continuing to deprofessionalize and devalue our field, in my opinion.